take you to the Eastern Cape now, where the community of Duga is still reeling from a hostage situation at a local post office that happened on Friday. Residents say many of the questions remain unanswered. The suspects will appear in court today, and eNCA's Ronald Masinda is looking into what happened inside the building, and he joins us now live to give us an update. Ronald, I remember last week when you and I were speaking, while that hostage situation was actually live, we didn't know exactly why those suspects had actually decided to do that. While you've been investigating this particular case, any more information that you've been able to unearth?
Masako, good morning. So, 40-year-old Brian Matlala appeared briefly before the Duga Magistrates Court. He faces charges of attempted murder, kidnapping, in possession of an illegal firearm, as well as the kidnapping, as I mentioned earlier, of course, but also theft. What we also heard, Masako, is that he will be applying for bail. More information will be needed for that bail application that is expected now to be on the 31st of October. But what we also heard, and this is also information from the police, is that 2 other suspects are also being investigated in this particular matter. 9 people were held hostage, but the situation here in Duga is that the post office is closed, Masefa, and there's no knowing whether it will reopen again. I spoke to the post office manager yesterday, and he briefly told me that all 9 hostages of Friday's hostage drama are still traumatized, and they won't be speaking at this stage. The closure of this post office not only an inconvenience to the people of Duga, many of them come here for assistance with their social grants, but also 2 Liberians who join me now very quickly. Thank you so much, Sis Nobisa, for your patience. I'm sure you must be very frustrated. What were you going to do here today?
Hello, sir. Yeah, we are frustrated as Duga Public Library because we are struggling. We don't have electricity. Our transformer is next to the post office and telecom premises, so it's difficult for us to serve the public because of the post office is closed. So it's difficult for us to get in and open our transformer.
Mr. Mbongi, come closer, please. Thank you so much, Sis Nobisa. You were here when this whole thing, this whole drama took place. Just in your view, what did you see?
Okay, thank you, and thank you to the viewers. If my memory serves me well, it was around 8:30. We were at work, and we saw a guy running away, and there was a policeman who was firing at him, I think, but could not hit him. And the guy was running towards the direction of Spa and 2. And we have to watch in puzzlement what is happening. We were puzzled, and we noticed that there are people who were crying inside the post office, because the post office is near our place. We are working there at the library, but the law enforcement agencies came as soon as possible. We saw the place being cordoned off, and there were no people allowed to come inside. And we learned thereafter that there were people who have been held in hostage, that the workers, although one of the suspects ran away. We learned that some of them are inside, and they are holding the managers and the entire staff in hostage. And that was miserable indeed.
Miserable indeed. Thank you so much for your time. And Masako, just very briefly, we also heard in court that the accused also has a previous conviction of a theft of a vehicle, and the magistrate saying that it will be very difficult for him to get out of this one, given the serious nature of the crime.